Hello, today we're going to be in the New Testament in 1 Corinthians chapter 1 verse 10, and I'm using my wide margin journaling edition from Deseret Book with my custom matching tabs. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to choose one of the two stitching patterns, and I'm going to get a light board and I'm going to trace this using a glazed gel pen. The glazed pen was in a different kit that you should already have. If not, I will have a link in the video description below. And we're going to trace the stitching around the page. When I cut out my stitch, I made it so that one side I could lean up against the edge of my page so that it would have the same margin on all three sides. And then it would help me to also keep the line to be straight. My light board will only let me trace up to a certain point. So because it's a simple design of just little dash marks, I'm just going to fill in the rest by hand. Next, take the streamers and just scrunch it up so that it's all nice and wrinkly. And you can see on my cardstock below that I've already done this once and ripped it off. So if you mess up, don't worry, you can do it again. We're going to line the edge of the cardstock with some tacky glue. And then we're going to place the streamer over the tacky glue. Your cardstock is going to be shorter than mine, so you're going to have some hanging off the top and the bottom, and that's okay. At the end, we're going to be trimming all the excess off. So what we're going to do after we attach it is we're going to make a little fold, and we're going to tape the back side of the fold to a new line of tacky glue, and we're going to repeat this over and over again. So we're going to place a line of tacky glue on the back side of the fold. So then we do a little, like a bubble, not necessarily, you don't want to crease it, it's more of like a little air bubble. So we'll flip it back and put a line and just keep repeating. And you can see here I've ripped it, it's okay, you can cover it up, it's really forgiving. Now this time I'm doing the line of glue in the front. So we're just basically making a bunch of bubbles and gluing it front and back. So the back gets glued down, and then we're going to glue the front part down, and then we're going to glue the back part down, and then we're going to glue the front part down over and over until you have the whole thing. Now you'll see that this next part, I actually get a hole in my bubble, and it's to the point where I've kind of ruined it and I have to take it off. And that's okay. All you have to do is just take it off and then start fresh with your streamers, and you'll just start over. So we'll rip it off. And here I've just flipped to the other side, and then we're going to just glue it down and then continue the process like before. And then when we're all the way to the end of the cardstock, then we're just going to cut off any excess that's left. Now we're going to peel off the back to this cork tag that we have, and it just turns into a sticker, and we'll place that right in the middle of our streamers. Then I'm going to use photo mounting squares to attach the scrapbook tag into the middle of the cork tag. Now this Unity embossed label has a sticker backing as well. Be careful when you peel it off the back, because if you're too hard on it, it will bend and it will add crease marks to the front. So you want to be very gentle while peeling off this backing. Now I'm going to place this a little bit more to the right side, not quite center, because I'm going to put the balsa heart right next to it, and that's going to take up a lot of space. So you can see here, so it's a little bit off to the side. And then I'm going to attach that wooden heart using the tacky glue. I'm going to take 2 of my enamel sticker dots and put them next to the balsa wooden heart. I'm going to use 2 different sizes, a small one and one of the medium or larger sizes. And they can be any color that you want. And then taking a pair of scissors, I'm going to cut off the extra that's on each side. The idea is to make it all super straight, and also that I didn't like how much extra was hanging off the sides of the cork, so it's just to make it a little bit smaller. Now, putting that aside, we're going to work on our banners. We want to lay it so that it looks like this. You've got medium, small sized, and then the biggest sized. It might be backwards, but it's okay. We're going to cover all of it. So I'm going to use the darkest washi tape. I'm going to just layer the front with it and cut off any extra. So we're covering it like it's paper, but it's our washi tape. And I'm going to trim off any that hangs over. And after we do the first set, we're going to just lower, do it again right underneath it. And you can try and match it up like I'm doing right here, but ultimately most of it's going to be covered and it won't matter. So I just put it on the bottom part, and again, I'm going to cut off any extra that I have. Now I'm going to do the exact same thing with the light washi tape on the little one in the middle. And because it's so little, I can put it vertically instead of horizontally and cover the whole thing so that I don't have to repeat the pattern at all. So I'm going to cover that, and then just like before, cut off any extra. Now, using the extra cork strip that's in your kit, we're going to trace the smallest banner on the back side and cut that out. Then we're going to peel off the sticker backing, and we're going to place this one on top of the biggest one. And we're not going to put it in the center. We're going to layer it up on top so that it's hanging down. And now we're going to do the exact same thing again, but this time with the middle-sized banner. And we're going to trace it, and we're going to cut it out, and we're going to layer it over the entire middle-sized banner. And when you're done doing this, you're going to repeat the entire process for the second set of banners as well. Now, out of all of these girls or women, you can choose the 2 that you like the best. I started off with an older woman, and I ended up, because it reminded me of one of my best friends who is about 12 years older than me. And but then I decided ultimately to go with a different set. So you can pick and choose and put them around and see which one that you like the best. So now I'm going to start placing things down, and I'm going to start with the white sticker. And next I'm going to add a little bit of washi tape to the top just to give it a little pop. And then I'm going to line up my women how I want them so they're not covering up the words. And I'm going to tape them on first. So you can see I'm strategically putting photo mounting tape behind them in places so that they get put down without covering words. And then I will place the other stuff on top. Using mounting squares, I'm going to put 6 of them around the back of this streamer concoction we've made. I don't know what else to call it. And then I will place that on top of the women so that it covers the bottom part so that it looks like they are behind it. I'm also going to attach the banners using the photo mounting squares. Now I'm going to add some of the enamel dot stickers to the quote. When I made this page, I used some green dots that I had just in my stash, thinking I could get some more for this kit, but it turns out they don't sell the green anymore. So I included some pink dots that will match the kit that you can use in addition with the blue dots. So if you want it to look like mine, just where you see the little green dot, put a little pink dot. Now I'm going to highlight verse 10 with one of my mild liner markers. You can use whatever kind of highlighter pen that you want, or just underline the verse. This is just what I chose to use, and I will have a link to these in the video description. Next, I'm going to attach these mini wood hearts using the Tacky glue, just like we did the other one. You're just gonna put some glue on and put it on the medium-sized banners. Now heat up your glue gun and get your flour, and we're going to put some hot glue on the base of the flour, and then we're going to add the sprig embellishment as well as the leaf embellishment. Here I'm only adding the sprig before I put the paper clip and felt on, but you also want to add that leaf embellishment in there as well. It was more of an afterthought when I decided it needed a little something more. So here you can see I'm going to cut off the stem and I'm going to attach it separately, but you want to put it on before you put the felt on the back. Now we're going to put it in the top right corner of our page, and we're going to make sure it stays there by adding a little piece of washi tape. We're going to do the black polka dotted washi tape, and that's going to hold it in place. And that is the end of this kit. I hope you had so much fun using all these different kinds of embellishments. Make sure you subscribe and follow me so that you can see all the latest kits that get released. And we'll see you guys next time. Bye.